fate of ride-sharing could actually be at stake here. Uber and Lyft, they bill themselves, of course, as tech platforms, but some have long considered them overvalued taxi companies with better technology. Now, amid intensifying regulatory pressures, they may be considering a model that looks an awfully lot like the way black car fleets are run. The New York Times reporting that Lyft has actually presented a franchise-like model to its board. This comes as the clock ticks down to a California ruling that takes effect Friday that would require the ride-sharing firms to treat drivers as employees. Now, Uber, meanwhile, has been joining forces with taxi companies already in global markets like in Tokyo and increasingly in Latin American markets. Neither company, though, is going to give up the current model in California easily. They are digging in for a fight here. And regardless of what happens this week, now, Kelly and Tyler, it almost feels like a return to the Travis Kalanick era when Uber openly fought against regulators, and the strategy was to get the public on their side. Prop 22, that's a ballot measure. It's sponsored by Uber and Lyft and a few other gig economy companies. That will bring the issue to California voters in November.
Deirdre, so California voters have a chance to maybe affirm the way that Uber and Lyft want to do business. How likely is that outcome versus the possibility that the franchise model, a taxi kind of fleet model, is their future, and how much would that hurt the business model?
Well, that ballot will not be presented to voters until November. So that raises the question, what happens this Friday when potentially that ruling could take effect and Uber and Lyft would likely have to shut down in California? So that's what I mean when I say that these companies are taking it to the public. How is the public going to react when they can no longer book ride sharing and they have to go back to the taxi companies, or Uber and Lyft have to rely on black car fleets to get people around? And I think that the companies in this high stakes battle are betting that the public is going to turn against the regulation and the legislation that has been put in place and perhaps demand ride sharing come back.